Hi, I'm John Sainer of Sainer Knowledge LLC. Welcome to this Sloan C workshop on the 7 Futures of Online Education, Strategies for Moving from Access to Quality. I'm glad that you've joined me for this workshop, and I look forward to working with you to use the 7 Futures conceptual framework I've developed to help you and other practitioners improve the quality of online education. Those of us who have been in the field of online education for some time are gratified to see the success that online education has had in providing access to millions of learners. In the process, online education has entered the mainstream of American higher education and will likely do the same in K-12 education in the relatively near future. A couple of years ago, however, I began to wonder what's next for online education. My search to answer that question made me realize that the changes underway in education are much bigger than the rise of online education, and it led me to write a book called The 7 Futures of American Education: Improving Learning and Teaching in a Screen-Captured World. This workshop focuses on what's next for online education. One answer is clear. If the first era in the history of online education was defined by a focus on providing access, the second era could be defined by a focus on improving quality. That's what this workshop is all about: strategies for moving online education from access to quality. As part of the book writing process, I developed this conceptual framework called the 7 Futures, which I hope will make it easier to understand more clearly what will happen in online education's futures. I also hope that what you learn in this workshop will help you move more effectively towards improving the quality of online education at your institution. Here are the objectives for this workshop. The workshop activities are organized around these objectives, so you will be meeting these objectives through completing the workshop activities for each module. Like the workshop itself, these objectives are grouped into 3 topical areas: what has happened, what will happen, and what can happen relative to online education. The 7 Futures conceptual framework accommodates multiple perspectives, relates the key forces that will influence online education, offers strategies for improvement, and integrates these elements into a coherent whole. There are lots of resources out there which describe various strategies for effective online instruction, administration, course design, etc. This workshop is aiming to provide a bigger picture context. So the next time you hear someone talking about applying market forces to education, or promoting rigorous standards, or using OERs to promote open learning, you'll have a conceptual framework in which all these disparate viewpoints can coexist, and you'll be more aware of both their advantages and their shortcomings. This is a 10-day workshop. Your first tasks are to get started by introducing yourself in the introduction forum, then do activities related to the first module. This workshop will have 1 live orientation session on Blackboard Collaborate at the beginning of the workshop, 1 live session in the middle of the workshop, and 1 live session near the end of the workshop. The workshop activities are divided into 3 modules. Each module is listed here with the approximate time required to complete that module. If you want to earn a certificate of completion for this workshop, you need to complete all 3 discussion activities and the workshop completion survey. The first 2 activities essentially ask you to react to the content presented in the first 2 modules. The third discussion activity asks you to describe how you plan to implement 2 or more strategies to improve online education at your institution based on what you learned in the workshop. Each activity will be assessed using a rubric which is based on the listed workshop objectives. My experience is that the time slips by really fast. In particular, make sure you use that first weekend to get a good start on the workshop so that you don't have to spend a lot of time playing catch-up. We'll use the live session in the middle of the workshops to see how you're doing and resolve any issues or concerns you may encounter. During the workshop, you can communicate with me through Moodle's discussion forums and email, but here's my email address in case you need to contact me directly. Also, this is a great opportunity to interact with your fellow workshop participants and learn from them. I also hope that the workshop may cause you to have an aha moment, where a lot of previously jumbled ideas suddenly make sense. Or if you have a so what moment where the workshop feels like stuff you already know, that's a good sign too, a sign that improving online education is already a familiar path for you. In any event, I'm truly excited to be doing this workshop and look forward to working with you. I hope that you find various takeaways from this workshop to be useful in your future work, and I welcome feedback on how to make this workshop and the related framework more useful for you. See you in the workshop.